Before this video begins, I want to let you know that I will be experimenting with different intros since I have an identity crisis and I can't seem to pick a single aesthetic for this channel yet, so we're going to be experimenting. Cue it. My apologies if you can hear the wind. It's kind of loud today. I'm not regretting it though, considering that I live in the Caribbean. So let's just begin with my January TBR. This is my January TBR. As a slow reader, you might think this is kind of ambitious. So I'm just gonna straight up and say that this is just hopefuls. I just know that I'm not gonna read these entirely. I'll probably read just one, considering that I have to finish A Court of Mist and Fury, because again, I'm a very slow reader and I like to, you know what, I'm just gonna move on. So starting with the first book on my pile, we have Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I fell in love with her writing in A Qatar, so me being the impulsive person that I am, I had to grab a copy of this one, and I got it for $6 at Barnes & Noble's because they had this BOGO 50 going on. I wish we had a Barnes & Noble's in Puerto Rico, man. Like, I would fold so hard and quit my job and go there. And I'm so excited to read this because just hear this shit. In a world without magic, an assassin is summoned to the castle. She comes not to kill the vicious king who rules from his throne of glass, but to win her freedom. If she defeats 23 killers, thieves, and warriors in a competition, she will be released from prison to serve as the king's champion. Her name is... I don't know how to pronounce it. The crown prince will provoke her. The captain of the guard will protect her. And a princess from a faraway land will befriend her. That's so cute, stop. But something evil dwells in the castle, and it's there to kill. When her competitors start dying one by one... Is it Selena? Is it Selena? I don't know why Sarah makes such complicated names to pronounce. I think it's Selena. Let's just assume it's Selena and make a fool out of myself. Selena's fight for freedom becomes a fight for survival, in a desperate quest to root out the evil before it destroys her world. Yeah, I'm very excited for this one. It's only 400 pages, so I think I can read it in a week if I try. There's 8 books in this series. That is counting Assassin's Blade, which is like a bunch of novellas in one book, if I'm not mistaken. But this is the official first book. This book has 4.9 stars in Goodreads, so I don't think I'll be disappointed. And I've heard many great things about this book, especially after the A Qatar series became trending on TikTok. Since I fell in love with her writing in A Qatar, I hope to just love it as much, if not more. I'm so excited for this one. Moving on, we have A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas once again, but that is if I finish A Court of Mist and Fury on time. I am currently in chapter... thought I was gonna be in chapter 20, but no, I'm slow as hell. So I'm in chapter 17 right now out of like 60 chapters, but I'm having an amazing time right now. I'm in love with Reese, and I literally want him to fly me out of this cruel country. If you haven't read the series, I don't know what you're doing. What are you waiting for? Seriously, it's just so good. If you like Beauty and the Beast, you're gonna like the first book of the series because it reminds me of just that. And Enemies to Lovers, big slay, although we don't like Tamlin in this household. No. I mean, I used to, but didn't we all in the beginning, I guess. Moving on past the series, we have Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. Since I fell in love with Carrie's writing in Kingdom of the Wicked, I decided to grab a copy of the first book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and I'm so excited. Like, I don't think you guys know how excited I am to read this book, and I wish I wasn't such a slow reader, and college is gonna beat my ass when the semester begins, so I'll probably just get through only one. But let's not be a pessimist, because this year I want my reading goal to be 15 books. I'm not sweating at that statement right now. So I'm gonna read the blurb for you because I want you to see what I'm talking about. He murdered women in cold blood. He terrorized an entire city. But despite all these horrors, in the end, I could not deny it. I was the girl who loved the Ripper. Can you blame me? I had to pick this up. I love vampires. I mean, I think it has to do with a vampire. Because this makes me think of Stefan from the Vampire Diaries, because he was the Ripper. So this is what makes me think of. I just hope to love it just as much as Kingdom of the Wicked. Which, speaking of, Kingdom of the Cursed is the second book to the Kingdom of the Wicked series by also Carrie Maniscalco. And I'm realizing that I'm probably just a stan of Sarah J. Maas and Carrie Maniscalco, because this is the moment. This is their moment. I am living their moment. I'm loving their writing style a lot, so why not just keep reading their work? You know what I mean? Since this is the second book, I hope to love it more than the first book, because honestly, although I give it 4 stars on Goodreads, I do agree with certain people that mention that Kingdom of the Wicked feels more like a recipe book than a solving mystery book. Because since Emilia and her family owned a restaurant called Sea and Vine, she mentioned a lot of plates and traditional dishes that her family used to do, and sometimes a whole recipe could take up a whole page, and we're not here for a bestie. We just want to know who killed your sister and what was she doing before she died. You know what I mean? Because, and don't worry, it's not a spoiler, because that's what builds the plot. Hear what it says. Emilia and her twin sisters are witches who live secretly among humans, avoiding notice and persecution. One night, Vittoria misses dinner service at the family's renowned restaurant in Sicily, and Emilia soon finds the body of her beloved twin. Devastated, Emilia sets out to find her sister's killer and to seek vengeance at any cost, even if it means using dark magic that's been long forbidden. Then Emilia meets Wrath, one of the wicked, who are princes of hell she has been warned against in tales since she was a child. Wrath claims to be on Emilia's side, tasked by his master with solving a series of women's murders on the island. But when it comes to the wicked, nothing is as it seems. So yeah, think Wrath as the equivalent of Recent. Not an equivalent. It's just that they remind me a lot of each other, and I love it. They're my type. They're my type of book boyfriend, so of course I'm gonna be in love with them immediately as soon as they showed up on the first page. Like in ACOTAR, when Recent showed up for the first time at the festival that Feyre was forbidden to go into, I folded. We do not care about Tamlin anymore. We do not like Tamlin in this household, like I said already. I just hope that in Kingdom of the Curse, I learned more about the Princes of Hell themselves than how to make lasagna. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Kingdom of the Wicked, but I don't care. Just talk to me about the other hot Princess of Hell, please. This is all we came for, bestie. Don't get sidetracked. You know what I mean? I'm just so excited to see Emilia's and Wrath's journey in this book. This is the first book of the Kingdom of the Wicked series, and this is how my spine looks like, because did you really read a book if you didn't destroy the spine? No, the fuck you didn't. Look at all those tabs. I mean, this time I was a little bit subtle with the tabs because I've grown tired of annotating books. Maybe I'll get back into it, but I simply do not have the patience for it. Just give me the content, bestie. Like, I'm eating that shit up, so there's no time to stop. And this cover has me on a chokehold. It's so good, and for what? As soon as I read A Quest for Vengeance That Will Unleash Hell Itself, because bestie, as soon as I read that, I had to get it. Yeah, so these are the books that I hope to read in January, or at least start the series of, or continue the series of, because I just realized that these are all part of a series. I prefer series because I have more time to become emotionally attached to every single character, so I get my heart broken every time I finish them. It's kind of addicting. It's like a vicious cycle, because right now ACOTAR and A Kingdom of the Wicked have their chokehold on me right now. It's amazing, and I'm so excited. So, oh my god. If you stuck with me this long, then I appreciate it a lot, because I've been so nervous about making this YouTube video, and I always like to share and grow my community, so this is the first step to doing so. And if you would like to also follow me on my Bookstagram, which is at jadespaperback, that's where I post book content and also reels, me thirsting over Recent and Wrath as well, and maybe Patch Cipriano in there sometime, because if you haven't read the Hush Hush saga yet, what the fuck are you doing? Seriously. I'm gonna try my best to be consistent and come up with valuable content, because quality over quantity, you know what I mean? And I've been thinking of buying a cart from Amazon and do like a TBR card because I think it's so cute and I want a pink one because pink supremacy. If there's anything in specific that you would like to see on my channel, don't hesitate to reach out. You can also, again, follow me on my Instagram and we can chat over there too and bond over characters that will never love us back if they were real. And I'm just more excited that that's so miserable. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I do not know how to properly film an outro, so I will see you on the next one.